Everybody, looks like we're live. Just sat down this evening to sharpen a few knives and thought I would just turn the camera on while I'm sharpening. This is a set of Wusthof knives. Brought them to me in a block, and I got a pair of scissors in there too. Then we need to see if we can pop this cap off. They're a little bit loose, you can probably hear that. So we're gonna see if we can pop this cap off and maybe get them a little tightened. I'm not sure if that's possible with these or not, but we'll try. We'll see. See what we got when we get there. So we're starting with we're on the buck tool. Slow speeds. We'll start with the Cubitron Q120, and then we'll work our way down. Hey Barney, how you doing? You got to kind of lean back to look at who's typing what. Yeah, everything's good. Kind of a weird day today. I had a whole bunch of personal stuff to do. So I'm getting to my sharpening a little bit late. What is this, early morning where you're at? Almost midday. Wow. What a time change, I'll tell you. So I got a bunch of knives over there to do tomorrow sometime. Maybe tomorrow morning. I don't think I'm going to get to them tonight. And these probably won't take me a terribly long time. Okay, so move on to the Trizac. This is the A30, so it's about a 600 grit. Get these edges refined up a little bit. Yeah, I took a look at those logos. fairly soon here, I'm going to have to decide what I want to do. I'm going to have to order some new business cards. And I'd like to redo some stuff on the website. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to want to take care of the logo at the same time. But yeah, I did like them. They were nice. Okay, I will see if I can work on that. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done this week with Thanksgiving holiday. I know you guys don't have that over there, but over here in the United States, it's a big thing. Everybody has a day off. So I'll have to see what all happens with that and how busy I am this week. I got in, I think about 16 or 17 knives that I got to do tomorrow. I'm trying to get these done because I want to have them done so the guy can come and pick his up tomorrow. And of course, this is when everybody, this week they'll call and they'll say, can I get them done right away for Thanksgiving? So we'll just have to see how busy I get as to whether I can accommodate everybody. I'm hoping I can. Everybody that calls, but we'll see what happens. A lot of times too many people wait to the last minute. Then they try to jump on it, and it's like, I only got so much time to do knives, and I can only get so many done. Of course, you know, we'll do everything we can. But it's a little dark over here in this corner. Usually I'm doing this during the daylight. I'm going to do something like maybe get some more light over here. Yeah, I'll take a look at them and see what I want to do. I'm not positive exactly what I want to do yet on the logo, but we'll figure something out. These Wusthoffs usually sharpen up pretty decent. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. So we'll go ahead and hit the rest of these. I'm not sure what it is, if it's the metal or what it is. A Wusthof knife, but they always seem to sharpen up very easily. I always seem to get really nice sharp edges on them. They're probably one of my favorite knives to sharpen because they always come out so nice. I'm not sure what they did here. Okay, let's do some testing here and find out how we look. I wish I could. I'm trying to figure out if there's some things I can do with my camera to like widen my view, make sure you guys are seeing stuff. I can do that when I'm recording, but there you go. See, that one's kind of sticky. Now, sometimes the second time we get through the paper, it goes like crazy. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this through, and then we'll check this again. See? So sometimes I think it's just a little bit of burr that's caught up on the knife. And if it's not, we go through again. Sometimes it seems like that second cut. See how that's grabbing? Once I get through that first cut, then it usually seems to go pretty easy. So this one, I'm going to do something with. I'm not thrilled with that. Okay. My paper's getting kind of tiny here. That one's doing good. That one's good. Grab another piece of paper. I believe this is the last knife. Yeah. There you go. Oh, a little grabby right there. Try that again. There we go. Okay. So those are all good. It's just this one. And I think I'm going to take this over here. I'm going to hit this with my stropping belt. Okay, let's see if that made a difference. That little work sharp is nice for certain things. One of them I like to touch up knives like that. Really makes a difference sometimes. And there you go. See? So just need a little touch up on that one. Okay, so all I gotta do at this point is, see what I can do with these pair of scissors. I'm not sure what the whole deal is going to be here. Not those, this one. Okay, so I'm popping off this cap. And yeah, it's got a little... Oh yeah, that thing's completely loose, that's why. Okay, So we're going to have to see. Not bad. So let's try that. And actually, the edge on this isn't too bad, but I'm going to go ahead and touch it up a little bit. I'm just using the 600 belt. There are some dings in that edge. I don't know if I'm going to get all of them out. And the very tip of this, the angle, it's like it's changing. There we go. Whoa, that's sharp. So let's see how they cut. Nice. Yep, no pull, no nothing, all the way to the tip. So we're good with those. That's all they needed was a little bit of touch up, which is what I kind of thought was going to happen with those. So all we need to do at this point is clean these up a little bit. Yeah, you're right. And I have sharpened some really cheap ones before that don't come apart. But, you know, I usually tell the customer, I say, you know, these scissors really are not all that expensive. And I usually charge $8 on a pair of scissors. So if they want to pay it, it's okay by me. Sometimes I think if they just don't want to go to the store, which is fine. So, okay. So those are set. Trying to get you guys at a good angle where you actually see what I'm doing here. Okay. We don't need to worry about sheaths on these because they came in the block. So that's a good thing. I actually started with these serrated knives. And I did these before I even turned the camera on. I simply went on the belt this way, serration in. Rather than just running down the belt, I actually went inside each groove like this and just a little bit until I saw some burr come up. Then we went ahead and used the Scotch-Brite wheel to get all the burr off it. And I had to go back and forth several times. Did the same thing with this one, because this one's also serrated. So did the same thing with this one, and then just went back and forth on the Scotch-Brite until we got all the burr off, and it really worked out well. They came out nice and sharp. Let's see, I think that one goes there. Got the small Santoku. I'm cleaning the blades with just isopropyl alcohol. I use, I think it's 90%, which does a pretty good job. If they're really gummy, you could use like LA Awesome, but if you use that, if you use like LA Awesome, then I'd recommend cleaning it with the alcohol afterwards, because the LA Awesome can leave some streaks on the knives. Move back here where you can still see what I'm doing. Yeah, citrus cleaner Windex. The only problem I have is I don't want to use anything on the knives that's not food safe. I can't always be guaranteed that the customer is going to go home and wash them before they just start using them. And I'm sure that with the little bit that you put on there and wiping it off, I would seriously doubt there'd ever be enough on there to ever harm anybody, even using, a regular cleaner. That just would not make any sense at all that there'd be enough on there leftover residue to hurt anybody, but just kind of a thing with me, I guess. I was in the food service industry for a number of years, and it was like everything we did had to be food safe, so I just kind of got in that habit. Touch you guys down a little further here. Still working on some of these camera angles, getting to them. This one, let's see, do I have my... I do. There, see, rough spot. So I'm going to tip my tripod over. That's what I'm going to do. So can you guys see that? Okay. I always try to make sure I'm going with the grain. If there's a grain on the knife, when I use this, that way it really doesn't show up as a smudge or anything. There we go. So I love those little rust erasers. They really do a nice job, especially if you just have a small rust spot or something like that did. You can get it off really easy. And just leaves the knife looking a little better. Okay, guys, that's it. We are done. Oh. So there we go. Set of Wusthof knives. All set, ready to go back to the customer. So I will send him a text that he can pick them up tomorrow, which is what he wanted to do. So, and we're going to be all set. So, okay, guys, appreciate you joining. Certainly appreciate it if you helped out by liking and subscribing. It'd be a big help. And tomorrow we'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to put up a long form video or if I'm going to go live. Maybe I'll try to go live sometime tomorrow with this bunch of knives I got to do. So, appreciate you guys. Barney, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. And we will see you guys soon. Have a great night.